We have a great show for you today.
So stay tuned.
Derek, how many fountains do we really have in here up and running between tabletop and the concrete?
Overall, about 200 to 300, several hundred fountains.
That is amazing.
Yeah, you don't really think so when you start walking through, but we did a quick count just this morning and said, okay, well, in one section of wall, there's 25 fountains here, and then there's another 25, then 50, then 150. Next thing you know, we're into the middle of the 200s. What's up and running? That's between large-scale fountains like this.
Yeah.
Your tabletops, your wall mounts, your tiered fountains. A great variety. Selection is a key issue.
And another thing I see, I do a lot of gardening, and I'm at the garden centers a lot, and they're outside.
Right.
And the thing that really strikes me about our presentation is they're clean.
Right.
And that they run wonderfully. I mean, they flow down really great. It looks like they put a lot of effort into not just setting up for the customer, but on the floor, actually setting up.
The selection that we have is a variety of compositions. There's the cast stone, which is consists of about 75% of our merchandise as far as the fountains.
Okay.
There's metal. There's actually some that are made out of slate.
And then this is right here. This is a
cast polyresin.
Oh, how
so it's very lightweight. This you could take home and set up on your own. You could actually set this up.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this has got how many parts on it? It's like
you got your headpiece for the lion.
Yeah.
You got your spitter bowl.
Okay.
Your back piece.
Oh yeah.
Your base and your bottom. So we've got 2, 4, 5 pieces to this, plus your pump and your tubing, and of course a light. You've got to have a light in your fountain.
Oh yeah, you can really tell a difference. Now this really runs clean, and it looks like it also has a pump housing
cover.
there. There's a cover.
So we look at quality and engineering, not only just the variety, the style, but also ease of maintenance, because there is some maintenance. Fountains are not maintenance free. You've got to add water, you've got to keep it clean.
Right.
Leaves get in there. Birds love fountains, and they carry with them all the
dogs.
If the birds are going in your fountain to clean themselves, what are they leaving behind?
Yes, they're having a good time.
So you have to clean them out.
Oh, Derek, here they are. These are really wonderful. Now, these are new.
Yeah, these are, not only are they fountains, but they are actual works of art. Tom Torrens is an artist out of Washington State. He has a Master of Fine Arts from Washington State, as a matter of fact. And he works with natural and recycled materials. He uses stone, recycled steel. This is actually some hand-spun copper with a patina on it.
Oh, so that's going to really last.
Yeah, and his pieces, not only is it a fountain, it's also a bird bath, but even without the fountain running, still a beautiful work of art. And you'll notice too that you can't see from the angle that we're at here, but the
oh yeah, it's got an Asian sort of a.
That's his symbol.
Oh, is it
like
really?
His sigil, yeah.
And right now, with so much going with like the Zen gardens, and people are really, the Japanese garden is starting about. Along with the contemporary, these would fit wonderfully. They're not precasted. This is something that's a totally different look. It's almost, you could use it like a bird bath.
Oh yeah, or
sort of an accent.
This is also, I can see this in an atrium, where you have a Zen atrium.
Because there's no splashing or anything.
And it's a very quiet, soothing sound, very Zen-like, like you said.
Go from there. And this is a tabletop. This is very interesting. So this is just, this is a pedestal, right? This isn't go with it.
No, this pedestal actually is a cast polyresin. So it's a very lightweight pedestal.
Oh, I can carry that.
And this fountain is a collection of cast pieces, natural stones, some agate, and then the spun bowl that it sits in.
Oh, it is really pretty.
Which this copper portion here sits in another hand-thrown ceramic bowl.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of work to these pieces. A lot of different artists involved in them.
These have always been interesting with the spinning balls. This particular, and this is all marble, isn't it? And then this is a.
It's yeah, exactly. It's marble, almost like tile, but it's all pieces. You can see it's got a curve to it. There's a lot of handwork involved here. These are actual geodes and actual crystals.
That is great.
These, of course, are one of a kind because nature can only create one stone of a kind, and they speak for themselves. This is another one that's made out of actual stone pieces. You can see they're about 1/8 of an inch thick, and they are applied over a fiberglass frame. The smooth stones, and you get a real beautiful flow of water. This is one that's ideal for an office environment.
Oh yeah, an entryway of some sort, and it has a good sound again. I mean, you wouldn't think it does, but it's got a nice sound.
Not real loud, which for the indoor art-type fountains, you don't want a lot of sound because in your house it might make you crazy.
Oh, I know, it would echo. Now we've got some more tabletops over here, which are really nice. Let's go take a look at those. Oh, here they are, Derek. These are the tabletops that are Faustino?
Faustino, and he was an artist out of Laguna Beach. He's since moved up to the valley. He comes and visits us about once every other month, brings us a new batch of his creations.
And this is actually, look at how light this is. Look at the little bug. I love bugs. And it's all copper?
Hand-worked copper, he works from sheets of copper, and I mean, there's a lot of work involved in these.
Oh, yeah.
This one that you're holding here is about $175.
Yeah, it's
that
pretty
includes
reasonable.
a pump, which I think,
Oh, the pump is included in all the fountains now?
The pump is included in all the fountains and the price that you see. What is optional are light kits, which we recommend strongly because, like I said before, you can't enjoy your fountain at night. Well,
the sound is the only thing, so you don't really see it as much.
Where's the fountain? I can't see it.
And he does quite a lot. I mean, he goes from a small up to this large with the pussy willow on there.
Oh, and he's even done some that not only use just the copper, but with driftwood incorporated into them, and pieces as big as myself.
Yeah, these are just beautiful. Derek, this lamp is great. I had a customer use this in her media room.
Right, a lot of people are going to the old theater look. There's actually a wonderful guy in Santa Ana in the Centura building, Joseph Musel, who does old-fashioned theaters. And if you ever have a chance to get up there, take a look at his setup.
Well, this would be perfect in the media room.
This is part of our import bronze collection. We bring these in ourselves by the 40-foot container. Great prices on these. And this piece here.
Now, where are they imported from?
They are imported from. We import them through a company in Germany.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, and they're all cast bronzes.
And I can see you have several, different sizes to the small.
Oh, yeah, the life-size pieces.
And this pedestal is also bronze here.
And there's just something about, you and I did one home where we put some bronzes in the garden. There's something about the actual bronze in the garden that is just so beautiful.
That was over in the Floral Park District, I believe. Yeah, it was really nice.
Another Santa Ana location.
Now, this is another fountain that we didn't see in the back, and this is a wall fountain, but it's on a pedestal.
Right.
So it doesn't need to be actually adhered to the wall. Right. Unless you want it just for safety reasons.
Right, you can mount it to the wall if you so choose, but this is nice and easy to set up. One thing about setup, you gotta make sure you have a sound surface.
Now it's very heavy, so this is concrete. Right. Which is nice, and the pedestal does coordinate with it.
It's a great age look. I remember when this one first came out about a year ago. This is from Giannini, who their style and their design is probably the best so far in the industry.
Now this is a rough texture where this one seems to be more of a smooth background on this one right here.
And then you've got your nice little fruit bowl garnishment. It's got a nice little niche look to it.
Get out of your way so we can see it. That is really nice.
Isn't that beautiful?
Gibson's in Fountain Valley, newly expanded to over 40,000 square feet of the most impressive assortment of furnishings, accessories, and gifts for the home. Unsurpassed quality, beauty, and one-of-a-kind pieces. Gibson's, the store of distinction. Exit the 405 at Euclid in Fountain Valley.
Well, Derek, this is a new cast line for us. This is Cast Classic Landgrave. And it's kind of exciting. It's this is a cast with a mesh sling,
which is
really unusual.
Yeah.
It's also got the cast umbrella with also the cast base.
Finish.
Yeah, and the base underneath, which is really neat.
What?
And this is really solid. The cast aluminum again doesn't rust. If you have that aluminum word, that is really what you're looking for as far as not rusting.
Right.
And it's very sturdy, and the casting means that it's been poured into a sand mold, and actually the design has been stamped into the sand, and then the actual aluminum is poured in, and that's how you get this really thick through and through
and the style.
look.
I mean, this has got beautiful design.
And there's several weldings on it, because to do that you have to do the arms, the legs, the seats. So there's several weldings.
So it's not all one piece. This is cast in pieces and then welded together.
Yes. It's quite a process. And we do really well with this. The teak has really always been our big thrust, but this cast aluminum really is our next in line as far as really doing a lot of business with it.
Ginger, this is a Veneman set. I think it's the Vienna.
Yes, it is. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
This has actually a detached cushion on here, and it's really pretty without the cushion.
Well, which is nice, I think, because in inclement weather, because this is going to be outside, I like taking my cushions in, because even if it's not raining, you get dew in the morning. If you want to go sit on your patio, you're like, ooh, we got this soppy cushion.
The kitties come by, the birds come by, so sometimes it's just the critters that are...
And the dogs like to chew the little tabs off.
This is true. Now, the neat thing about this is, with the cast aluminum like this...
This is very lightweight.
Well, it's lightweight. Again, it's all casted. This is a baked-on enamel. But down here, they do an excellent job. This is an American company. And their glides are wonderful. So this can be used inside or out.
And we sold a lot for breakfast.
Oh, a lot of them. The nice thing, though, is people are putting a lot of money into their deckings now. And you can actually, this really glides. You can see so nicely. Now this is the Renaissance swivel, which is really nice. We've showed this one time on one of our houses that we've done. It's got the crest, and the nice thing with this is, again, it's all cast aluminum. They can do a swivel rocker on this, as well as a stationary chair. This one has a double cushion. It's got a seat and a back cushion on here.
Cushion.
Yeah, this is what you call for real comfort.
Now, is this one? Can you use this chair without the cushion? Well, I guess you can.
Well, you can, and you can. It doesn't look bad without it, but it's not as comfortable.
Okay.
Again, the other was just a small seat cushion. That one has a lot more comfort without the cushion on there.
Ginger, speaking of selection, Terra not only has the full range in their cast aluminum, they also have teak. And we're big on teak. They have teak, and what this is a teak and a tubular aluminum combination. And they've got also, in addition to the tubular aluminum combination, a cast aluminum combination with teak, which nobody else out there is doing.
Well, there are a couple companies that are starting to catch on the last season or so. They were the first to kind of pioneer in it. I think the interesting thing about this is just how it's constructed. This is actually an oiled teak, and which we don't carry a whole lot of the oiled teak, and I really like it raw, but it is. Sometimes you get the customers that just want that something that's really, really a little bit different. The nice thing is only the back, the two arms, and the seat you have to take maintenance over. I mean, this is basically all the aluminum here, so you don't have to worry about that.
But the powder coat, it looks like.
Isn't that great? And you can get several different powder coats. We chose this rust because it's kind of something fun when we saw it, and we figured if you did decide to let it gray out and age, that would be a really great combination.
It would. And I remember they had it at the show with a forest green metal base, which was very pretty.
Very contemporary.
They were also a nominee for the Apollo Awards this past year.
Yeah, actually for one of the best in the show. They win a lot of awards as far as their style and so forth. The table is great too. The table is all aluminum. And then it's got the glass top on there.
Gibson's in Fountain Valley, newly expanded to over 40,000 square feet of the most impressive assortment of furnishings, accessories, and gifts for the home. unsurpassed quality, beauty, and one-of-a-kind pieces. Gibson's, the store of distinction. Exit the 405 at Euclid in Fountain Valley.
Stacy, I noticed that your floral islands have been growing, and we've gotten quite a few new shipments of florals.
Yeah, they have. We are just tickled pink. We've got our new spring collection in.
It is looking very springy.
So we're blossoming all over, and we've got these fabulous items. Wonderful orchids. We've got great spring flowers. They look so lifelike. Look at the delicate nature of these.
They do, and they're already moving out of here, I've noticed.
They are. Myself and the other designers are having so much fun making gorgeous pieces for the floor and doing lots of custom orders, and we're just freshening up everything all over. People are getting ready for the sunshine to shine.
It is. The weather is improving. It's getting warmer, and I'm looking forward to springtime myself.
Yeah, we got in a lot of new florals that have great textures and feels to them, and I'd like to show you some of these great orchids and things that we got in.
Great. Let's look at them.
Alrighty. This has got the most soft, feel that. It's soft and pliant. It feels real as well as looking real.
It does. It really does.
They've brushed color out onto the petal really gently there. It just looks so natural, just like Mother Nature would do it.
Yeah.
And it's wired very well. We can really work with these things and give them that, three-dimensional quality.
Known as a poly stem versus a hand-wrapped stem.
These are a form of poly, and so is this. I mean, the status is, let me bring this over here and show you this.
Oops.
This status is incredible. Now, dried status looks exactly like this, but the problem with the real product that's dried is that it fades and it falls apart.
Right.
This is absolutely incredible. This is what I call a good poly stem.
That is.
It's very inexpensive because it is made of polyester for the most part.
How much is that?
These are $1.80 a batch.
$1.88.
I mean, what a great filler. Look at it next to that gorgeous white orchid. We can take some of our higher end product and mix it with a lower end and just come out with an absolutely fresh, realistic, beautiful look.
And also, the customers can take it home and play with it on their own, too.
Oh, yeah, these are so easy to work with. You just take these orchids home and put them in a pot.
Well, I know a lot of people take these orchids and put them in with their dormant orchids.
They do quite a bit. We sell a lot of orchids for that purpose because they just don't bloom very often, but these will do the trick while you're waiting for that natural one to come out. We've even got beautiful spring tones, these wonderful snapdragons. And look at how they wiggle.
They do. They look like, I have these growing in my garden, and just the way that they move, looks like the real thing when the breeze comes up. This euphorbia, now that, you talk about realism there.
That's fabulous. And these are the textures that they did on this. This has a soft, almost a velveteen petal. And the leaves are very, very soft also. That's using a lot of different textures. Right. Cotton, velvet. They sometimes use the sheer fabrics. Some wonderful tapestry, Tiffany's.
Some of the more fantasy florals, they use some of the sheer fabrics, almost like you would use in a ribbon.
Exactly.
They have a real elegant Victorian look to them. This is like pure realism here.
Velvet versus silk. I mean, they both look very gorgeous. They've got a different look to them, and they feel really natural. That's what our floral department is all about, is helping you have that natural look without having to replace it and water it constantly.
That's right.
We also got an array of wonderful flowering bushes and cute little filler things like this little guy here. I mean, when you want to brighten up your kitchen window and make a cheery spot, we've got all kinds of colors and things, and charming little plants.
These are perfect for those garden windows where you can't get anything to grow because they become an intense hot box.
Exactly, exactly.
Cactus is about all you can grow.
It's okay to get water splashed on these guys. They'll be fine. I mean, our jasmine, it is just incredible, everything that's come in. We've got a fantastic selection right now, and as you saw in the last show, we got in also our wonderful fruits and vegetables. So we're doing some gorgeous pieces, mixing these spring flowers and our orchids with fabulous fruits and vegetables and making very rich looks.
There's always something new at Gibson's, the store of distinction, on Euclid in Fountain Valley.
Well, Ginger, you got a little magical display going here.
Oh, I know. Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, beautiful.
Well, you know, as you know, I love the candles.
Me too.
And it's a fun part of our business. And I want to kind of go into some of the basics that we carry here at Gibson's to help along with those beautiful candelabras and candlesticks that are purchased here.
Right, and also what to do with your table once you've purchased it.
Yes, this is true. And this is really informal. This can be outside, but we've got a lot of things that you can incorporate with your formal settings. First of all, we carry in the array of candles, we carry the Roy candle, which is a smooth, large pillar candle.
Great standard candle. It
is wonderful, and that's these three here are that particular candle. We also carry the tapers in a smooth and in a ribbed, which is really nice.
I'm also noticing a variety of colors.
Oh yes, that's we have so many different colors. And then as far as our votives, look at this. This is a ribbed votive, and it's a 15-hour burning votive. And what's really nice about them is they have a gentle smell to them, and the aroma really sticks through the whole house, which is really nice.
This is milk chocolate. It'd be great for a kitchen.
I love chocolate. Chocolate and wine. If you're going to get your candle, the first thing you need to do is to, display it, and then also you want to take and you're going to be lighting it. So I'm going to go over a few of the small tools that we have.
Wonderful.
These are some lighters that we carry. They're really kind of neat. They are just a click on, click off. And it makes it very easy to put the candles on.
Right, especially if you've got it down in a hurricane or in a bowl. You have to try the little lighter, burn your thumb.
Oh, I hate that. Or the hair of your arm. Not that I have hair in my arm. And over here, we've got the stickum, which is really important.
Right.
Because, especially in California with earthquakes, but just in general, a lot of times people buy these crystal candlesticks, and you see the candle's very loose in there. Well, if you just take the stickum and rub the bottom of the candle like this in there,
now,
and stick it in there.
I've always done that with my finger and wondered how to get it off my finger.
Oh, yeah, that's gross. Oh, yeah, that's like a kid with the glue.
I should have seen you first.
That's right. And again, that's just the stickum that we carry. It's very reasonable price on that. Another thing that I just brought in, this is, you're going to like this, I don't know if you've seen it yet,
I saw that.
Is a candle sharpener. And what that is for not the top of your candle where your wick is, but on the bottom of your candle to sharpen it so it can take and fit again into those candle holders. That
Some of them are a little bit small.
Yeah, a little bit too small. And look, it doesn't really, it's a nice candle. The color through and through.
Oh, it is.
Again, really reasonable. So you've got your stickum,
How much are we
your
talking
candle.
for that?
That's $4.88.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's like $3.88 for the stickum. So and these are things that you hear people like, their candles are like this. And what happens if the candle isn't up straight, then people always ask, are these dripless or smokeless? Yes, these are sold as dripless and smokeless, but if your candle is tipped aside like this, what is going to happen is it's going to drip because it can't burn all the way down.
Or if it's in a draft.
Right, so this is very important for these things to stabilize your candles. The next
That's a really nifty item, yeah.
The next thing I'm going to show you is just kind of the fun things. We've got a lot of shipments that have come in. Right now, this is a really popular item for us here. I've put rocks down here, and this is actual hurricane that's filled with water. And I've actually put tea lights in here. And these are just your small little tea lights in their plastic clear containers. It's kind of new. We're starting to do that. Instead of floating candles, you can put the little tea lights in there.
I've used just a little inexpensive throwaway tea lights like that too.
Yeah, you can do the tin ones, even. That's kind of a fun garden
They float all on their own.
Yeah, and then this one over here I've got, which is kind of fun.
Oh, that's great.
I've taken some silks from out of the silk department and filled up just your typical cylinder.
But you can do that with real ivy.
Oh yeah, with real,
Or drop some lemons in there.
Oh yeah.
Or at the holiday time,
anything. Yeah, I saw something the other day with cucumbers and stuff, so it was kind of fun.
Oh, wow.
So you can do a lot of vegetables in there. Then another thing that I've got is our regular candlescapes. And this is a big thing that is really coming on the last few years. And we've actually purchased some actual items that are candlescape trays. And this one right here is a teak wood candlescape tray. And to match it, you've also got the individual pillar holder, which is kind of nice.
This is really nice.
Aren't those fun?
Yeah, I like those a lot.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can see this. You can use just even at your home, you can use just a regular charger. You don't need to necessarily buy the candlescapes. We sell a lot of chargers here also.
What is this?
This is a charger. That is a silk hydrangea petals. So you know how you can dry your hydrangeas? Well, those are actually silk hydrangea petals that give that same great look. And again, it just kind of fills into those areas because a lot of times you're filling your candlescape, but you can't get all the area filled up. So you can just take and use like a moss like this. You can use a rock. which is really nice in there. Over here, I have a tray, which we've just gotten in, which is a glass tray. And this we've actually just used sand, which we have a lot of here in Southern California. So you can just use a tray with the sand. And then we've also gotten into, now we have votive scapes, which are really fun. Now I did this in a solid color, but it's actually several votives, and they have the little empty holes, and you could either do one full color or, you know, vary them. Now after you've kind of gotten these are your basics, your glass pieces, your candlescapes, you can really go on to a little bit more fun items. And I just got some really great things in. Well, show this right here. Isn't that fun?
That is. I love that with the little metal background. And it looks like it's also wall mountable.
Yes, it is. And again, I put sand in there, but you could leave it plain. It's got like a galvanized tray.
Sea glass would be beautiful.
Yeah, or you could take and do flowers on there. That would be a beautiful flower holder, which is really nice. And I have a large one too, which is it holds about 6 votives in it, which is really nice.
Well, there's quite a bit of variety here. That's one thing, the selection that you brought in is really incredible.
We do one of the largest selection of outdoor lanterns, I think. I know in my travels, it seems like no one really carries them as heavy as we do. It might be just because we like the light at night.
And we carry the upper notch of the outdoor accessories.
Now this is an oil, it looks like, and it just has your screen on here for that really beautiful filigree kind of a look.
Right.
To balance out.
There's a real popular catalog out there of higher-end garden and home furnishings. I can't remember the name of it. But they carry the same lamp line, but they carry only in one style, where we've gone into depth. And that's one thing that we can't impress enough is the selection. You know, we don't have just the one style. We've also got the torch. We've got the wall torch. They even make a wine rack, the same company, and it's just beautiful.
Derek, look at these are the cast lanterns I was telling you about.
These are beautiful, Ginger.
Aren't they great? And they're substantial.
They really are.
Again, they look like they really could be used inside the house.
They could, and I've seen decorative items like this from a couple of our vendors that are for indoors, but this is a great use outdoors. I mean, that is just dramatic. It's got the old estate lantern feel to it.
Isn't it great? And then if you don't want to go that extreme, we do have just your more standard lanterns, which is something like this. It has a glass around it. And again, the pricing on this is like $34.
Same here.
Yeah, they're really, really reasonable, and they're light and easy, and they're just kind of fun. Those you can line up on a pathway or even on the table, just wherever you want.
Something like this is great outdoors. It gets such a glow to it in the evening, and they come in a variety of colors, a variety of heights. They've got a real, almost cathedral feel to them.
And they're really versatile again. You can do flowers in that, you can do candles in that.
You can do the floating candles.
Just about anything.
Yeah.
And then up here, I've got the candelabras that we're using, which are real garden oriented. This particular one has actually places for the candles and actually for potted ivy or, or plants of your choice.
Isn't that neat?
Isn't that fun? I just love it. Derek, look at these.
These garden spears are something else, aren't they?
They are beautiful, and this is a copper one.
This is all copper, and what's really nice is it comes with a little smaller pole that you pound into the ground so that it's stable, and then the fitting on the end fits over that, so you can do like a garden path, and that's just a great torch look.
You could do. I
remember when I was in Hawaii a few years back, and they did the tiki torches, and I love that every night. You know, they blow the conch shell, and they come here and they light all the torches.
Yes.
And there's just something about the elements of fire and metal and wood outdoors that are really dramatic. You know, when we have the teak furniture out there, and you've got iron around it, and fire going, and you've got fountains going, it's very, very soothing.
Yeah, very romantic.
Yeah.
There's always something new at Gibson's, the store of distinction, on Euclid in Fountain Valley.
Thank you for joining us today.
We'll see you next time at home with Gibson's.